Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamasto Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. So, in this life, the Vedanta way, we are beginning a very beautiful new text today. It's a small text. It's not as small. There are 67 verses. Yes, about 30, 32, 33 verses are there. 31, 32 verses. And it's a very beautiful question answers by Bhagavan Adi Sankaracharya. It is called Prashnottari Ratna Malika. Ratna means gems. Mala means a thread that connects a lot of gems together and stranded as a chain. So this garland is Prashna Uttara. It's a question and answer. Maybe the beads are of two colors each. Each bead is a Prashna is one color and Uttara is in the same color. Multicolored bead. 32 such beads are garlanded. This is a very tiny book. It was available with Gita Press Gorakhpur, but the number is 0698 Gita Press Gorakhpur. It's a small book, but of late we have not seen it in print, and everywhere many people they just look at this Prashnottari Ratna Malika in prose form. But this music is simply beautiful and it helps us to remember the verses very easily when we sing it and chant it. So let us see. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Hare Namah Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadeva. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Sankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. So we begin with this verses. The first verse. Apara samsara samudra madhye sammajyato me sharanam kimasti guru kripalo kripaya vadaitat Vishveshapadambuja Dirghanauka Vishveshapadambuja Dirghanauka. So the question is in 1.5 lines and the answer is in the fourth pada. Apara. Apara means something that is very, very difficult to cross. Samsara. Movement and change, beginning from life and death, to the different temperatures that we feel, heat and cold, joy and sorrow, praise and censure. These are all changing in our life. And even if nothing is changing, sometimes there is boredom, sometimes there is something exciting happening. Apara samsara, this is called samsara. Samudram. Samudra means very, very clear. Samudra means ocean basically. Samudra, it's very well stamped. The nature of this change is very well stamped in our life. We can't escape it at any point of time. It always is there around us. It is like an ocean around us. We are surrounded by an ocean of change, ocean of disturbances, ocean of difficulties, ocean of sorrows, ocean of joys, ocean of compassion. Everything, all the oceans are together and it's around us. And we don't know at which level, at what experience of the ocean we are going to be in contact with moment to moment. Every moment things can change. Samudra Madhye, I am in between that ocean. Sammajyataha, is my head above the waters of the ocean? No, I am deeply immersed in the ocean. Sammajyataha, me, sharanam kimasti, what is it that I can hold on to? Even when we are falling from somewhere, suppose we are falling from a stairs, we hold on to the banister of the stairs. We don't hold on to something that's falling along with us. We are not going to be protected and saved. Sharanam kimasti, what is there? What is there for me to hold? What feet is there for me to hold? Guru Kripalo, oh Guru, you are very compassionate. You have that ability to quieten my mind, to render my mind quiet, remove all the doubts in my mind. Kripaya vada etat. Kripa is Kripu Samarthye. Kripalo, Kripa. Kripalo, the one who has Samarthya, is a Kripa. Kripalo. Kripa means compassion, but basically there is a difference between Daya and Kripa. Daya is just being compassionate, showing compassion. It may just exist as an experience within us, in our mind. But Kripa is Kripu Samarthye, doing some action to quell the sorrow of another person. Kripaya vada etat. Kripa means with compassion, you please tell me. And the Guru answers, Vishvesha pada ambuja dirgha nauka. Dirgha means long. Nauka means boat. What is the boat to cross over the samsara? Vishvesha. Vishwasya Ishaha. The Lord of this Vishwa. Vishwa means this changing. Vividam Shvayate iti Vishwaha. This changing world is called Vishwa. Isha is Lord, the master attention holder. Who is a master? A master is one who can gather attention, who can garner attention. Attention means giving attention, not gathering attention, not attracting attention. But he is the source of attention. He is the mass of attention. And when a mass of attention presents itself in any situation, that mass of attention becomes a master. So that is the Guru, Ishvara. Vishwa Isha Pada Ambuja. Ambuja means the lotus feet of the Guru, Ishvara, God. Dirgha Nauka. When you hold on to that, any name of God, Mrityunjayam Mrityubhyashritanam Aham Pratyayam Mrityumupaiti Purvam Mrityunjayam. That Ishvara, Mrityunjaya, Shiva, Mrityubhya Ashritanam. Why do people hold on? Why do people want any support in life? They want support only for one thing. They want to feel held. They want to feel safe. That safety feeling, sometimes it just leaves us. It deserts us. The nervous system is felt stranded. The nervous system is felt ostracized. The nervous system feels kicked out. The nervous system feels edged out. The nervous system feels pulled out. And what is that which can hold the nervous system together is attention. And that attention is fully present in Bhagavat Nama, in any name of the Lord, any form of the Lord, any form of the Master is filled with attention. And so that's why we pray. And when we pray and we get that attention, all our doubts are quietened, all our fears are gone, everything that worries us is gone, and we are in a place of comfort, we are in a place of brilliance, we are in a place of confidence. We can take the right decisions and do the right actions, keep the mind in the right way. Being, knowing, and doing, everything happens very beautifully when we are surrounded by divine grace. Vishvesha Pada Ambuja Dirgha Nauka. It's a long boat. What is a boat on which you can cross over this ocean of samsara? You can cross over this ocean of samsara on the boat of this Ishvara, of Lord. The second verse. So the first verse, the essence of the first verse is, I am suffering. What can help me, take me out of this suffering? Ishvara can do that. Baddho hi koyo vishayanuragi kava vimuktir vishaye viraktihi kovasti ghoro narakasvadeha trishnakshayah swargapadam kimasti. Kova asti ghoraha narakaha swadehaha. What is the ghora naraka? What is the who is a bound person? Baddho hi kaha yaha. Who is a bound person? A bound person is one who is going behind objects. If I am going behind an object, means I'm going behind a thought, I'm going behind a desire, I am after an emotion, I am after a feeling. Vishaya anuragi, baddaha hi kaha yaha. That person is bound, who keeps following. Anuragi means, raga is attachment. I am attached to a thought. I means attention is married or tied to a thought, and it goes behind the thought. It leaves its source. The attention leaves its mass and then goes independently and gets caught with that thought. Vishaya anuragi. So that attention becomes bound in that thought. Kava vimuktihi. So what is the freedom from this? What is the freedom from this bondage? Vishaye viraktihi. Drop the thought and come back. Come out of the thought. Be free. Be as a mass of attention, a whole of attention. Kova asti ghoraha narakaha. We are thinking hell is some place where we leave the body and go. But Bhagavan Adi Sankaracharya says, Swadehaha. This body itself is naraka. How much of pain we experience, how much of suffering we experience being in this body, we don't take it into account, because since it is a divine gift, that divinity is taking care of the body for most part of it, that we experience only little bits and pieces throughout a day. We are not fully sad, or we are not fully disgusted, or we are not fully frustrated. It comes as glimpses in this body. In this body only we experience. This body is a counter. It's a teller counter for many experiences that we have in our lifetime. Kova asti ghoraha narakaha. A gory hell. What is this? Swadehaha. This body. Why is this being told now? So that we understand that this body itself is hell. We don't need to go to some hell anywhere. We are in that place. And so having lived in this body and this body drops off, let us not live a life now that will give us another body in the next janma, where we are living, we are forced to live in a body. We are forced to live in a body. We have lots of desires. And if our actions, thoughts, and emotions are not pure enough, and if we have not realized the truth, if my actions, thoughts, and emotions are pure, if there is truthfulness in my presence, in my living, and I also strive to realize the truth, then I will not get another body in the next janma after I drop this body. Otherwise, if I'm living a very normal life of enjoyment, of fun and frolic, of hurting others, of engaging with the world, and living a life in this world, fully engaged in this world, full time, without even thinking of preparing ourselves for the other world. If we live such a life of abandon, then we will be coming back again into a similar body, not this body. The other body can be anything. It can be an animal body, it can be an ant body, it can be a plant body. We don't know. Depending on our predominant vasanas, we'll get the next body. Trishna Kshayaha. So what is the dropping of all craving? Swarga sorry. So Naraka is this body. What is Swarga? Freedom from all cravings is Swarga. Trishna Kshayaha. When all my cravings are gone, then I am free. Swargapadam. Kimasti. Swargapadam kimasti? Trishna Kshayaha. Trishna means craving. Swargapadam means that place of heaven. What is it? If craving is gone, I am living in heaven. If I am living in this body, that means I am in hell already. I don't need to go to another hell. This body itself is hell. This body itself is suffering. This body is a tool, but we are caught inside the tool and we are living as the tool in the tool, then it becomes suffering. Samsara hritkaha shrutijatma bodhaha ko moksha hetuhu kathitasya eva dvaram kimekam narakasya nari kasvargada pranabhritam ahimsa samsara hritkaha. So I am caught in this samsara. One thing is to worship Ishvara. If I worship Ishvara, my flow in the samsara will be very smooth. That much only is guaranteed. That much is granted. If I worship Ishvara, if, for example, I have to go to some government office, I have to go to the parliament. I know the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, my knowing the Prime Minister and my love for the Prime Minister, or the Prime Minister's love for me, in case we are very good friends, mutual love for each other will help me only in the parliament or in government offices. That connection will not help us at all times in all other places in our life. In the same way, in this whole world, in life, my knowing Bhagavan, my knowing Ishvara will smoothen my path, smoothen my access to everything in life, in this world. But it will not give me that knowledge of who I am. That knowledge of who I am, Ishvara will not do anything. Ishvara will show the Guru. I have to approach the Guru. I have to learn from the Guru. I have to listen to the Guru. I have to hear the Guru. I have to think. I have to contemplate. I have to apply it. And then I have to realize myself. It is my job. It is not Ishvara's job. Ishvara is kind. Ishvara is beneficial. He will help. He will take care. He will see to it that you don't go into any disasters in life. But the realization of the truth, the reality, the work has to be done by me. Samsara hrit. So what is it that snatches me out of this samsara? Shrutija atma bodhaha. When I know who I am, when I know that I am the consciousness, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, but I am the consciousness which makes me aware of the body, which makes me aware of the mind, which makes me aware of the intellect. When I know that, I am free from samsara. Ko moksha hetuhu khatidasya eva. So what is the cause for moksha? Shrutija atma bodhaha. The knowledge of the self is only the cause for moksha. How do I get moksha? How do I get liberation? How do I get mukti? Freedom. How do I get that? I should know who I am. When I realize who I am, my true nature, then I get moksha. And where is it? Shruti Ja, born from the Upanishads, not picked up from any book, written by anybody? No. Shruti is the Upanishad from which I get the knowledge of how to free myself from samsara. What is the dwaram? What is the entry point to hell? So we said living in the body is hell. So what is the entry point? Nari, it is said, means a feminine form which is very attractive, and it helps, it makes us get united physically, which produces bodies. And so what is the gateway to that? Is the woman, which means the physical body. Not woman means not exactly woman, the female species. It is the physical body. It is the attraction of the physical body, the identification with the body, and attraction to the body. It makes us reproduce physical beings. So that is the gateway to hell. So it is not that we should not have reproduction. It is not that we should not have population. The Vedas say that you should not populate. Reproduction for the sake of population, for the sake of the future generation is not condemned here. But, interaction for the sake of pleasure is what leads us to hell. Narakasya dwaram nari. Ka swargada. What is it? Pranabhritam. Pranabhrit means every human being is a pranabhrit. We are not talking about animals here, because animals don't go to school, animals don't study the Vedas, animals don't study the Upanishads, animals don't have to realize the self, because animals are living under one protocol in life. They are born, they live through their patterns, and they die. But it is only human beings that has choice of removing certain patterns from his life, introducing certain patterns in his life, and realizing the self, realizing the truth, realizing that he is the observer of the patterns and not the patterns. All that, its only capability is with the human beings because of the Viveka Shakti, the Shakti of separating between one and the other. Ka Swargada. What is it that gives Swarga, or a good place for the Pranabhrit? Pranabhrit is the human being. Ahimsa. Not torturing others, not creating suffering for others, not hating others, not cavilling at others, not pointing fingers at others, not increasing the cortisol and adrenaline in others, like by creating stress in their minds. Yasma no dvijate lokaha, loka no dvijate chayaha, harsha marsha bhayo dvegaihi, mukto yasacha me priyaha. Yasma na udvijate lokaha. The world is not agitated by him, and he does not get agitated by the world. Harsha amarsha bhaya udvegaihi. Harsha is excitement. Amarsha is like the opposite. Bhaya is fear. Udvega is agitation. The one who does not have all these, he is very dear to me, says Bhagavan. Ka swargada pranabhritam ahimsa. Ahimsa means not torturing others. It doesn't have any connection with being in the war, fighting in the war, shooting and all that. When we have to do, when we are on the call of duty, ahimsa doesn't apply there. Ahimsa is in our interactions in day-to-day life. We have to really be aware, and we have to be conscious of our words, our words, our mind, of course, it is revealing in many ways, but basically how we express ourselves in our day-to-day life is through our words. And those words, if we are not consciously using them, if we have not practiced polishing those words, rounding those words, and like removing the edges, sharp edges, and giving a beautiful curve to our expressions, if we don't practice that, we will cause hurt wherever we go. Even when sitting in a hotel, you can, when you've ordered something, the waiter is there, he's waiting upon you. He's a salaried person. He gets a salary and he goes home and he enjoys with his family and children, giving that money. He doesn't need to hear our torture in the morning. So, morning or evening, whatever time, you don't need to call him, hey, waiter, come here. Why are you not getting this? Why are you not looking at me? We don't need to shout at him. And when somebody just shouts, I've seen somebody shouting for no reason. Hey, waiter, can you get, like, even while calling, hey, waiter, can you get the tissue paper for me? Tissue paper, please. Even the please is there, but the tone is so harsh that the person really gets scared. He gets jolted. This is called lack of ahimsa. Ahimsa means watching our words, watching our interactions, watching our emotions, what we throw into the world outside. We have to be very careful. If we practice ahimsa, we will be at peace. Swargada pranabhritam. It gives us swarga. It keeps us in a very happy place all the time. So the fourth verse, Shete sukham kastu samadhinishthaham jagartiko vam sadasad viveki keshatravassanti nijendriyani tanyeva mitrani jitani yani. Shete sukham kastu. In sleeping, who enjoys happiness? Samadhi nishtaha. One person who has absorbed his mind in that state of samadhi all the time, he will enjoy good sleep. Who is an awake person? Everybody whose eyes are out, eyes are open, are not awake. Jagartikova, who is an awake person? The one who discriminates between what is real and what is unreal. Who am I? Real means I, and what is not I. That is called he is only considered a waker, a waking person. Otherwise, everybody else is asleep. If they don't know the discrimination between who am I and what is not I. Ke shatravaha santi. Who are our enemies? Nija indriyani. Our own sense organs are our enemies. Kallapulanayindum kala mani vilakke. In Tirumandiram, this verse comes. Ullam perungoyil unudam balayam vallal piranarku vai gopuravasal தெள்ளத்தெளிவார்க்கு ஜீவ சிவலிங்கம் கள்ளப்புலனைந்தும் காளாமணி விளக்கே. உள்ளம் பெரும் கோயில். This whole universe which is within me is a big temple. Unudamba alayam. This body is a temple where the mind stays there as a deity in the temple. Vallal Piranarka, for the great Mahatmas, why Gopuravasal? Gopuravasal, something enters into the gateway of the temple, the doorway of the temple. What enters? Food enters. And what comes out? Words, power. Words of power come out. Gopuravasal. When we come out of the temple, we enter into the temple. And when we come out with the darshan and the blessings of that Bhagavan. So we come out a little more powerful than when what we entered. Why Gopuravasal? Tellattelivarku. For the people who are very, very clear about who am I, what is not I, what is this world, who is God. All this clarity they have. Jivan Shivalingam. This life itself is the form of Shiva. Shivalingam. Kalla Pulanaindum. Kalla means the cheat, to show that Shivalinga within. Tanyeva mitrani jitani yani. So, ke shatravaha santi nija indriyani. My sense organs are the enemies. When do they become friends? Who are my friends then? My enemies are my sense organs. Who are my friends? Tanyeva mitrani. They become my friends when I am in control of them. When I've controlled them. That is, they do not act it out. I decide what to do with my sense organs. That is a state of control. When I am in that state, my sense organs are my friends. Otherwise, they will do actions without my permission. This is a very beautiful verse for all those people who are all thinking about prosperity. Who is a poor person? Who is a rich person? Kova daridrohi vishal trishnaha श्रीमांश्च को यस्य समस्ततोषः जीवन्मृतः कस्तु निरुद्यमो यः किं वा मृतं स्यात् सुखदा निराशा को वा दरिद्रः. Who is a poor man? Who is one who is wallowing in poverty consciousness? Vishala trishnaha, one who has got endless craving, is a poor man. Shrimanscha ko yasya, who is a very wealthy person. Samasta toshaha, one who is content at all times, in all places and in all situations. He is content. That is a Shriman. He is a wealthy person. Wealthy person is not one who has got a lot of money. You can have a lot of money and still you can be hankering after more and more and more. As long as that hankering is there, you are never going to be calm. You are never going to be collected. You will always be worried. You will always be wanting to click. See, I have seen so many people who are conducting so many programs. Even using this Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita also, they are conducting programs online and offline. Even though they give the highest knowledge for a fee, their programs are always having a focus on how many people in the audience can I convert for my next higher level ticket program. And if that people is becoming lesser and lesser, they say that they have figured out what is it to be prosperous, what it is to have a lot of money, all that they say they figured out. But if you see them, they are not content, because their whole lifestyle is based on not being content. Kova daridraha, who is the daridra? Who is a poor man? Vishala trishnaha, one person who has got endless or expanding trishna. Trishna means craving. I want, I want, I want, I want. All the time I want. The secret of being rich is moving from I want to I have. So that is what Shrimanscha ko yasya samasta toshaha. Focus on how much I have. Count all my blessings. Be grateful for all the lovely things that I have. And more will be given unto us. Shrimanscha ko yasya samasta toshaha. Jivan mritaha kaha. Who is the Jivan mritaha? The one who is dead while living. Nirudyamaha yaha. The one who does not put any effort also is a dead person, even they're living. Kim va amritam syat. So what is immortality? Syat sukhada nirasha. So everything comes under asha now. Trishna, asha. Trishna is craving, asha is hope. Sukhada, what gives me joy? Nirasha, not being hopeless, but not entertaining any hopes for the future, which will spoil my present moment. Kim va amritam syat sukhada nirasha. Pasho hi koyo mamata bhimanaha sammohayatyeva sureva kastri ko va mahaldho madanaturo yaha mrityuscha vapa mrityuscha kova apayashasvakiyam. So these are all the warning milestones of our life. Whole Prashnottari Ratna Malika is a milestone. It's a journey, and every milestone is a warning. What all to avoid, what all to have. Both are there. Pashohi ko yaha. What is a pasha? What is a binding rope? Mamata abhimanaha. The abhimana or the sense of attachment to the my thought, my object, my thing, my person, my money, my puja, my study, my sadhana, my yoga practice, my office, my work, my earning, my intelligence, my mind, my sorrow, my joy, my hunger, my anger, my hanger. Hanger plus hunger is equal to hanger. Pashaha hi kaha yaha mamata abhimanaha. Mamata means mine, abhimanaha. Sammohayati eva. What causes delusion in me? Delusion means I am the body. So this is the delusion. When I am the body, when I come in contact with other bodies, there is a sense of oneness that is experienced, which is not the ultimate oneness of this whole universe that we are aspiring to be as a liberated human being. So what causes that state of the false feeling of oneness? Like wine, even when we drink wine also, when I say when we drink, I have not tasted wine, but I know, I've heard from people that wine can cause a kind of blurriness in our vision. It smothers the brain with its intoxication. The intoxication runs directly to the blood and directly to the brain, and so it makes us forget everything. In the same way, the beauty of the woman, the charm of the woman, the loving compassion also, sometimes many good qualities also, people who are all who like only good qualities, they get charmed by goodness also in a woman, or vice versa. It is not just woman. Adi Shankaracharya wrote woman because he wanted to protect his young students from going into the path of samsara, and so he warned. When today, if you are saying it is neither woman nor man, it can be even animals, who knows? Moha means identification with the body. It can be an animal body, it can be a human body, it can be a male body, a female body. Some mohayati. It creates some moha means complete delusion. The body has the capability of deluding us. Sura eva ka stri. Stri here refers to the physical body. If we give a lot of attention, pampering, and pay, it is not about giving the food and giving the necessary clothing and dressing up the body fit for public darshan. Not all that. More than that, we give the attention. If you see all our hotels, all our shops, all our shopping malls, hospitals, everything is catering to the physical body. Some, even the education system also, it caters to sustaining the physical body only to a large extent. Sammohayati eva sureva kastri. Kova maha andhaha. Who is the greatest blind person? Madanaturoyaha. The one who is covered by kama, desire for woman, or desire for the man, physical body, physical desire. Madana aturaha. Atura means he's thirsty for that desire. Madana aturaha. Mrityushcha kova. What is death? If you want to be experiencing death while living, what takes you to that point? Apayashaha. Ill fame will be death to my personality, my being, my living in this world will become a dead life if I attain ill fame. So these are the milestones where we have to be very watchful, not to do actions which bring us ill fame, not to speak words which bring us ill fame, and not to think thoughts that bring us ill fame. Who is a guru? Who is a shishya? Who is a rogi? What is a medicine? Next verse. Kova gururyo hi hitopadishta shishyastu koyo guru bhakta eva ko dirgharogo bhavayeva sadho Kimaushadham tasya vichara eva. Kova gurur yaha. Who is a guru? Guru is gukaras tvandakarasya rukaraha tannivartate. Anything that sheds light on the thoughts and makes us take the right decisions in life is a guru. Hita upadeshta, one who gives me, one who speaks something that that gives me what is good for me in my life. Who is a shishya? Who is a disciple? Guru bhakta eva, one who is devoted to the guru. Devoted to the guru means not just coming and catching the feet of the guru and massaging the feet and all that. Doing what the guru tells to do, doing exactly what only the guru wants you to do, and not doing anything else, not doing anything that the guru does not ask you to do, and also following the words of the guru. If the guru says, following the words of the guru pertaining to our sadhana and our life. Shishyastu ko yaha guru bhakta eva. Guru bhakta. Bhakta means a devotee. The one who is devoted to the guru. He is called a disciple. Ko dirgha rogaha. What is a very long disease in this world? Bhava eva. This existence, this very samsara is a long disease. We don't need to think about our many diseases for which we go for treatment. We are already in a diseased condition. What is a diseased condition? Samsara. Bhava. Bhava means existence in this world itself is a disease. So when we move on from this world, we are free of disease. Bhava eva sadho. Oh, good person. What is the medicine for this disease? Kimaushadham tasya vichara eva avichara krito bandhaha vicharena nivartate. Says Swami Vidyaranya and Panchadashi. Kim aushadham. What is the medicine for this disease? Vichara eva. This Prashnottari is so beautiful that we can just keep it in our life, on a day-to-day basis, contemplating on the verse, applying the verse in our day-to-day life until the complete transformation happens. Once a mind becomes completely transformed, there is no need to hold on to any notebook or any paper or any pen or pencil. Nothing is required. But until that point, we have to hold it on. Kim aushadham tasya vichara eva. Vichara is thinking, meaning application of mind to thought, not randomly thinking thoughts all the day, thinking anything, not that. Vichara is taking up one thought, analyzing it, studying it, contemplating on it, applying it in our life, and then the thought becomes part of our system. It gets digested into the being. Kim bhushanat bhushanamasti sheelam tirtham param kim swamano vishuddham kimatra heyam kanakam chakanta shravyam sada kim guru veda vakyam. Kim bhushanat bhushanamasti. What is the jewel of all jewels? What is the ornament of all ornaments? Sheelam, good conduct, is the jewel of all jewels, ornament of all ornaments. Tirtham param kim. What is the most supreme tirtha? Tirtha is a place, holy place. Which is the holiest place? Swamanaha vishuddham. The most purified mind is a holy place. Kim atra heyam. What should I avoid in my life? Kanakam cha kanta. Kanakam means gold, attachment to that gold. Kanta means somebody who is like attachment or craving for the male or the female form is attachment. Kanta. Somebody who is our beloved. Kim atra heyam. It has to be avoided. It has to be shunned. Shravyam sadakim. What should I hear all the time? Guru Veda Vakyam. I should hear the words of the Guru. I should hear the words of the Vedas, the statements of the Vedas. This is what I should be doing. We have completed 8 verses. Let us see 9 and 10. के तवो ब्रह्मगतेस्तु सन्ति सत्संगतिर्दान विचारतोषाः के सन्ति सन्तोऽखिलवीतरागा अपास्तमोहाः शिवतत्त्वनिष्ठाः के हेतवः Brahmagate astu santi. What are the causes that keep us on the gati, Brahmagati? Satsangatihi, being in satsanga, expanding our circle of goodness and including people of the same thoughts into our circle and being with them is satsanga. Satsangatihi, dana, giving in charity. Vichara is contemplation. Toshaha, contentment. Ke santi santaha. Who are the santa? Who are the great good people in this world? Santaha, akhila vitaraga. Akhila means entirely, they are free of all attachments. Apasta mohaha. Apasta means moha is delusion. The identification with the body, that I become one with the body. I don't realize that I am separate from the body. I don't realize that I observe the body and I am separate from the body. Apasta mohaha, people who have given up that delusion, and Shiva Tattva Nishtaha, who are the Santaha? Shiva Tattva, who are all established in Shiva Tattva. को वा ज्वरः प्राणभृतां हि चिन्ता मूर्खोऽस्ति को यस्तु विवेकहीनः कार्या प्रिया का शिवविष्णुभक्तिः किं जीवनं दोष विवर्जितं यत् को वा ज्वरः को वा ज्वरः. What is this shaking or feverishness for the pranabhrit, for the one who bears the body? Chinta. Worry can cause us feverishness. Worry can cause us disturbance of the mind. Murkha hasti ko yaha. Who is a murkha? Who is an idiotic person? Vivekahinaha, one who does not discriminate between who am I and what is not I. Karya priyaka. What is the most loving work that I can ever do? Shiva Vishnu Bhaktihi. When I show devotion to Shiva and Vishnu, Shivaya Vishnu Rupaya, Shiva Rupaya Vishnave, says the Skandopanishad. Shivaya Vishnu Rupaya. Shiva is the form of Vishnu. Vishnu is the form of Shiva. Shivasya Hridayor Vishnu. Vishnosya Hridayam Shivaha. Shiva is the heart of Vishnu and Vishnu is the heart of Shiva. Karya Priyaka Shiva Vishnu Bhaktihi. The devotion to Shiva and Vishnu. Kim Jivanam. What is life? Dosha Vivarjitam Yat. When we are free of all impurities in our conduct, in our thinking patterns, then we are living a good life. If we are not, we can say we are living a good life only when there are no impurities in our being. Impurities means lack of concentration, lack of attention, lack of focus, distracting our mind from the goals of life. These are all impurities. Vidya hi ka brahmagati pradaya bodho hi ko yastu vimukti hetuhu ko labha atma vagamo hi yo vai jitam jagat kena Manohiyena. Vidyahika. What is Vidya? What is knowledge? Brahmagati Pradaya. That which gives me that path to Brahman is only knowledge. Otherwise, it is not knowledge. Bodhahikaha. What is Bodha? What is knowledge? Yaha tu. Vimukti hetuhu. That frees me, that gives me freedom. The cause The knowledge, the thought that gives me freedom is called real knowledge. Ko labha, what is the gain in life? Atma avagamaha. I want to be attached to I want to reach the self. I want to know the self. I want to realize the self. My realizing the self is only labha, is only gain. There is no other gain in this world, nothing else to be gained in this world than self-realization. He, yaha vai, jitam jagat kena. So who is the one who has conquered this earth, this world? The one who has conquered the mind, manohyena, the one who has conquered the mind, has conquered this world. Two more verses will finish. शूरान् महाशूरतमोऽस्ति को वा मनोजबाणैर्व्यथितो न यस्तु प्राज्ञोऽथ धीरश्च समस्तु को वा प्राप्तो न मोहं ललनाकटाक्षैः शूरान् महाशूरतमः. Who is the warrior of all, greatest warriors, the best among all warriors? Who is that person? Manojabanehi vyatitaha na yastu. The one who is not tortured by the arrows of the mind. The arrows of desire are always coming towards us, sent by the mind. The one who is not tortured by the arrows of the mind is called the Shuran Mahashuratamaha. Prajnaha atha dhirascha. Who is a prajna? Who is a wise person? Prakarshena jnaha. Or prakarshena ajnaha means he is very clearly an ajna. He does not realize who he is, but he is a wise person in the world. He has gained some knowledge in this world. Atha dhiraha, the wise person. Who is he? Samaha astu kova. Who is that equanimous wise person? Prapto na moham lalana katakshahi. The other arrow is the arrows of lust that come from beautiful eyes. When beautiful eyes look at us, we are deluded by that sight and we fall into the net of lust. So the one who does not fall into the net of lust is called a dhiraha, a wise person, a knowledgeable person also. The very beautiful next verse, 13th verse. Vishat visham kim vishaya samasta dukhe sadako vishayanuragi dhanyostu koyastu paropakari kaf pujaniyah shivatatvanishthah. Vishat visham kim. What is the poison of all poisons? Vishaya samastaha. All the objects of perception are only the poisons. Vishaya samastaha. Poison of all poisons. Why? Even a snake's poison comes to us only when we are bitten by the snake, when we come in contact with the snake. But this poison, it affects us even if we are not in contact with the object. The object is far away. It comes inside through our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin as a sense perception. And that sense perception becomes a thought. Our light of awareness falls on the thought and merges with that thought. And we identify ourselves with that thought, and that thought begins to torture us. Whether it is a good thought or a bad thought, when it is entertained for a long time, that thought becomes a big burden and it begins to torture. Dukhi sadako, who is a sorrowful person? Sada vishayanuragi, always is going behind objects of perception. Who is a blessed person? Dhanyaha astukaha yahatu paropakari. Who is a blessed person? The one who is working for the welfare of others is a blessed person, because all the time blessings will be coming to him. When we are working for the welfare of others, when the people who receive the effect of our work, they will automatically, naturally bless us. Paropakari, and we feel blessed. Kaha pujaniyaha, what is the most worthy of worship? Shiva tattva nishtaha, who is the person who's most worthy of worship? Shiva tattva nishtaha, one who is always established in the nishtha, or who is established in that essence of Bhagavan Shiva. Bhagavan Shiva means life, consciousness. Being established in consciousness, that person is a person who is worthy of all worship. We will continue tomorrow. Om Sarvesham Swastir Sarvesham Shantir Sarvesham Purnam Sarvesham Mangalam Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasyit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Har Namah Parvati Pataye. Har Har Mahadeva. Hari Om.